Hi all, happy Friday, assuming I can get this editing done and get this uploaded, but if you're not watching it on the day of the release, then happy whatever day it is as you're watching it. It's me, Steve-O, and I hope everything's going well with you, that you're taking care of yourselves and the ones you love, and as I say, at the end of this video, I hope you're closer to Jesus than you were when you woke up today. Yesterday, June 5th, was the Pride event at Dodge Park here in Sterling Heights, so I went to engage with the people and express my love for Jesus. This is what I recorded, but there was a lot I didn't get to record. So I want to thank anyone who I engaged with off camera and then talk about the end of the night because something really cool happened. So I got to Dodge Park at about 3 p.m. and about 8-ish, I was all ready to leave. And for context, I was walking the whole time with my stick, my sign, my backpack, and all of that. But I got to my car, got all packed up, and I was literally leaning on the door of my vehicle, just checking my phone after not really engaging with it for 5 hours, so answering text messages and stuff like that. And as I'm about to leave, a younger gentleman comes up, high school age, and asks if I was kind of, quote, the guy with the sign, something like that. And at first I'm thinking to myself, wow, I was here for 5 hours, no problems or conflicts or anything like that. And as I'm getting ready to leave, here it comes. But I just answered yes, and long story short, his name was Matthew and his friend was, I think, Peter, which I found kind of cool. But anyway, he asks more or less what I was doing, and in talking, they were two younger Christians who were actually there to talk to people about Jesus. Similarly, they were just a little late to the party. But they kind of complimented me and said they thought it was cool what I was doing. And now several other Christians pulled me aside and had wonderful conversations with me. But these guys basically ended up filling me with the Spirit. And so again, I was about to leave, I had, again, foot in the vehicle, sitting there, and they ended up talking me into going out and doing the same thing for another about hour and a half. I just thought that was a very cool experience. So I hope that was worth sharing. I hope this is worth sharing, but most importantly, go easy and go with God. Here's my day at Dodge Park. Hello. 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 Hi, how are you doing today? Excuse me. Hello. How you doing? Great. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Happy Thursday. Farmer's market, I thought it was appropriate. How are you doing today?
Oh, good. We are Macomb County Pride.
Thank you.
Would you like a free sticker?
I will. I don't know. Would you pick a spot? I don't have hands available. I'm sorry.
Do you know which one you like?
No, and I'm sick and I feel like I'm gonna cough, so I apologize. I feel bad. I don't know what. I felt like adults because I didn't know the whole. I keep saying California in my brain because there's always California fires, but I didn't find out recently about the whole Canada. Yeah, and so and I have.
Today's a really bad day.
And I didn't know it. I had like just a small cold that's been annoying, but I'm just like, it's been worse. I've never felt this bad.
It could have been because.
And that's what it was. And I go out on my hikes. I go out on at least a hike a day, sometimes two, with all that. And again, it was just too much at one time. But like I said, I felt so awful. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I'm just getting really old.
Just
Thank you so much.
phone?
Absolutely.
Aww.
Thank you so much, and God bless.
This is our event, the Pride Fest coming up in August. We want a flyer, and then we have events.
I'm gonna come through eventually around and like do more grabbing. I'm just kind of.
Great, yeah.
I'm walking through. I actually came here last year during the Pride event accidentally. I don't, especially it was coming out of COVID, I don't get out a lot. I'm kind of antisocial, so I'm doing this to kind of get out more. And it happened to be the Pride event the last year, so I figured I'll do it again and come out for it again and see what's what. So thank you so much. And what was your name?
I'm Dawn.
I'm sorry, Dawn? Dawn, thank you so much. Steve, thank you. Do you mind if I say a prayer for you?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to say it out loud, or do you want me to say it in my head? I don't know how you want to.
You can just pray for me anytime.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that now. I have a philosophy where I found when I first became a Christian, I would say, okay, I'll do it later, and I would forget. So now, unless there's something stopping me from actually doing it, I'll just stop and do it. So like, obviously if I'm driving, I'm not going to close my eyes and say a prayer, but so I'm just going to be like a weirdo standing here for a moment.
My philosophy on praying is just, I'm talking to God all the time.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I just talk to him anytime. And so, like, at the end of the day, I just ask God to, bless all of the people that I've met and talked to that day.
So I'm 42. I've been a heathen most of my life. So my point is, since becoming a Christian, one thing I'm realizing, and part of it I realized as a non-Christian, which kept me away from it, is how many Christians they shy away from their relationship with Jesus and hide behind a book and a building. They say, I don't have to have a relationship because I went to that place on a Sunday at the designated time and said what the guys told me to do. And if I ask them what do they know about Jesus or being born again or something that in the Bible, they have no idea. And what's ironic is I actually started reading the Bible I was a rabid atheist to argue against Christians and apologists. So that's how I started reading it. So it's just kind of a funny story how I got here. But now I'm always aware that we as Christians are some of the most hypocritical people.
Oh, yes.
Especially as we come out here and expect anyone else to do anything, when the majority, it's the whole thing. I think we should be correcting ourselves before we correct anybody. And that would, if our message is true and we want it to shine to others, it should be because they see us and say, wow, look at them, not because we're saying, look at us, look, I'm going, and that's what we do, sadly.
It's what we do, not what we say.
Correct. And thank you, Dawn.
And that's why I'm here.
And thank you so much. I'm gonna quiet up for a moment, say my prayer, and then I'll go around and I'll be back. So thank you so much. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful. I'll be back around. So thank you. Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Happy Thursday. I'm just YouTube channel, if you don't mind. I'm just perusing. If you have anything to say, hello. I'm Steve.
$10,000 in Anderson Doors and Windows.
I will when I come back around. I'm going to be posting. Are you going to be here at other farmers markets?
I mean, they have us all over.
Okay, so I hope that my point is I'm going to be coming here, so if something doesn't come to fruition today, maybe next time. But my point is I'll be posting this for people to see to come. So I'm not going to be doing much until I walk back around. I'm just videoing right now. So anything in this with my hands, basically, I'm going to do after. So what is your name?
Brian.
Brian? Sorry, I say I don't have hands ready. There you go. I'll shake. I got to get ready. Steve, thank you.
Nice
Brian,
to meet
you said?
Yeah.
I'm awful with names, so I try to repeat it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the way back around. Thank you. You as well. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Lot of love. Lot of love. Yeah, we did before with the.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. I'm recording if you don't mind, and if you do mind, I'll walk away. I don't mind at all.
No problem.
Thank you. How are you doing
I'm
today?
doing great. How are you?
I'm getting there. The weather looks like it's going to be cooperating,
Yes.
so that's wonderful. And these look amazing. I'm not going to lie. Part of me wanted to come talk to you, but part of me wanted to come look at the food as well.
Okay.
God bless you. I thought I heard someone sneeze. Sorry.
So I am D-Lo's Gourmet Cheesecake, and I have strawberry shortcake.
Can you see yourself on this? Because I can't see if it's very good.
I have strawberry shortcake, lemon cookie supreme, strawberry swirl, sweet potato, and banana pudding.
Sweet potato, you said?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, because that seems awful to me. Not awful, but it's not my thing. I have my 3 daughters, and I told them a rule: if you don't like something or you don't want to try something, you're still going to try 2 bites of it. Because the first one is usually like, ooh, that's just weird, you're not expecting it. And the second one, it's more, okay, I know what I'm expecting. I'm making sure I'm not in someone's way, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm going to come back and try one in a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Because sweet potato's not my thing, but one thing I'm finding is blueberries, for example, and a couple other fruits. I'm stingy and I grew up poor, so I don't like to waste food. So when my daughters go back to their moms, we'll sometimes have food left over. Well, I don't like wasting food, so I'll like blueberries. I'm like, I don't like blueberries, but I'm not going to waste them. Started eating them. I'm like, apparently I like blueberries now. So I'm always willing, and especially because I tell my girls I never want to be a hypocrite. If I'm going to tell them, try it to see because you don't know, I'm going to come try it and see because I don't know. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And do you have an online, maybe can I see one of the cards just to put up? I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. If you want to hold it up too, you could see better than I can what's on there. I'm sorry and thank you. And I'll be back around in a little bit to grab some stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, women owned also. That's awesome.
Yes.
I got 3 daughters, so like that kind of stuff is very inspiring. Thank you. Hello. Good, how are you doing today? This is the first farmer's market of the year, right? I'm not wrong in that? Okay. I tried to pick an appropriate passage, so.
You didn't get it wrong. You were right.
I'm simple and slow, so usually I'm a week behind, so I'm just glad I did it. I'm recording if you want. I have no mind not posting this if you mind. If you want, feel free to.
I am fine being on camera.
Okay. I feel so awkward. I grew up poor, and I have my 3 daughters, like I keep saying, but stuff like this seems so foreign. Like I had basic suckers, so like cherry cola and birthday cake suckers just absolutely blows my mind. Like I remember how happy I was to have like the cherry and grape
There's
bazooka.
like the 5 flavors, right?
So that it just blows my mind.
Yeah, I've got like 75 different flavors, and then for the custom orders,
That's what I was literally just gonna ask if you
people make their own. Like,
Wow.
so I had a guy do vanilla lavender honey all together for a sucker. It was he was an author.
Oh.
So it was like a book. But
Okay.
yeah, I've had
Whatever the
some
reasons.
really, really weird mixes before.
Okay, and see, I keep mentioning I have my daughters, and their food. I'm a very basic person, so their food palates are a lot more diverse than mine. And on top of it, I always say, you try 2 bites of it. You try something you don't like, you try something new. But I also tell my girls that I'm not going to be a hypocrite. So they're like, well, Dad, if you say that to us, you should try the things you say you don't like. And I'm like, yeah,
But you have tried them. That's how you know.
Well, that's some of them, but then there's some like I'll tell them because again I'll say like, yeah, I never had that before, but it looks gross, and then they catch that like, oh, so you got to try it, Dad. I'm like, ooh.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, they got me, and then I do it, but then there's some stuff that I can't say I like, but I say to me I'll eat something that I don't hate as long as I don't hate it, like I'm gagging, I'll eat it. So there have been some things that have actually surprised me with how not bad they are, or
Hey,
palatable.
If you're hungry enough, almost anything tastes good.
Because I've deployed, so yeah, that's like a mantra. So thank you.
You're so welcome.
I may come back and buy a little bit. I'm gonna walk through before I do all my shopping, so I just want to do this.
Browsing
And do you have a web page or something I could?
I do have a web page. In fact, why don't you take one of these? It's in the back, and you can
I'm gonna
QR
try to-
into it. But
I'll just see if I can at least show this on the camera for a moment. I hope it comes up well, because I can't see very well. So, thank you so much. And what is your name then?
Christine.
Christine, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
I'm gonna try and get situated here. I thought I heard someone call Steve, and that's me.
I did hear Steve too.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay.
You're not.
Well, I am crazy, but I did hear my name. We'll say thank you. Oh, we got two happy campers here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sticks. I like those ferns. Yes. I think so. Eventually I'm going to be coming back around to buy. I'm trying to make my daughter a sensory garden, and that's one of the plants I saw in a nursery somewhere, I thought, and I want to put that in, so I'll be back. Thank you. How are you all doing today? And do you have any other recommendations for anything? I'm kind of plant ignorant that I could put with that you may have, either physical or like I have the Wandering Jew and a couple other where they have that like felty feel, or anything that's kind of trying to get my hands going. Sorry. And is this like a creeper, like a hanger? Okay. I'm gonna try. Does it have a smell worth smelling? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'll try it. I know some blatantly don't. Nothing to write home about. And I think I'm talking to myself now. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I think my sister likes those. I don't know what they're called. Hello. How are you doing today? If you can help me, I'm just planning on going around, and I am filming. Do you not want me to film? Because I'll turn it off if you don't want.
I don't mind.
And I don't want to violate anyone's privacy. I know you're eating. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, we're doing. This is pulled chicken. We're doing a barbecue sauce.
Making my mouth water already. Don't fall, stick. I had a stick a few years ago when I was walking in the creek. It was kind of one of the days like this where it didn't rain a lot, and I thought it rained less than it did. When I went in the water, it was higher than I thought.
Wow.
The water started washing me away. I had to take ditch my waders and find them later, but the old stick I had just got washed away and I never found it. So this is my second try. I'm gonna try that. And what is your name, ma'am?
Oh, my name is Benita.
So Belita, was it?
Benita.
Benita, I'm sorry, I have bad hearing and I'm not smart, so thank you. And what was this I'm trying?
This is sloppy bones barbecue sauce on pulled chicken. We have the seasoning as well. I can let you try it. Hi, would y'all like to try a sample? It's all homemade.
It's amazing, and I hope you don't take this personal, but I have a very basic and bland palate, I guess. So I tend not to like sweet barbecue sauce. Like, I like salty with a little bit of kick to it, but I've never taken a liking to sweet. But whatever this is amazing. Like, it makes my mouth water. And now I'm hesitant to always try sweet stuff because of it, but like, I don't even know if I don't like it so much as I'm nervous to not like it. And because I grew up poor, I hate to go to a restaurant, try something and say like, I don't like this. Because I feel bad, like even if they say, oh, we'll just take it back, I'm like, I feel bad on their behalf. That's wasting their food and time. Like, so, but I'm glad you had me try that. That was...
Here, try some seasoning.
Try my hand again, thank you.
Throw this away.
Oh, thank you for that, I appreciate it.
Now that's the beef fire, got a little kick to it.
Do you use the seasonings only as, I guess, again, I'm very slow, so I want to make sure I say it right. Do you cook the food and then season it, or do you use these as marinades, or can you do either or
you can
both?
Do whatever.
Okay.
You can put it on your chicken, you put it on popcorn, you put it on vegetables, whatever you like.
You know, and you know what's, again, with my daughters open up my eyes to, again, I'm so basic. Like, I would never think, and I don't like, for example, sausage and syrup. I don't like mixed. I like them both, but not together. But my daughters have that where they'll eat, like you're saying, stuff like this on fruit. Where I just, that confuses me, because to me those are two blatantly different things, like on cottage cheese or on peaches and apples.
Yeah. Would you like to try a sample? Barbecue sauce and pulled chicken? Sure.
And thank you so much. I'm going to be on my way, and I will come back in a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You'll be here. How
are you doing today? Good, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm captivated that mushrooms are starting to, I don't know another way to say this, but be everywhere. Like food-wise, nutritionally, supplements and all that, like shakes. Is it, again, I'm ignorant and I don't drink coffee also, but is it like matcha something or matcha?
They do matcha blends with
okay,
it
so
too,
again, like, so my daughters are into that. So to me, like, it just, again, like, so crazy to me because I go out on hikes, I see mushrooms everywhere.
Right.
I never think to like pick one up and eat it. So
I know. Well, it feels almost like nature's medicine.
Oh,
so many of them, different functions.
Yes, I find it fascinating that we are the richest country in the world. We have the most overweight people, but while we're overweight, we're also malnourished at the same time. And it's a sad truth that a lot of Americans, and I, you know, when I say us, that was me for the majority of my life. I'm not the person who, you know, says like I was right my whole life and had it all figured out. No, like I was late to the party as well.
Well, you know what? It didn't happen by accident.
Yeah. Better late than not at all.
There's people who wanted it that way, apparently.
Yes. A lot of money in making people sick.
Make them sick and keep them sick.
Yep. Treat them, don't heal them.
Right.
So, what's like the odd, like if you even you like how I'm like kind of how things are weird? Is there anything you've heard that people do with mushrooms? I'm sorry, I was gonna help.
No, you're good.
That you're just like, really? Like,
you know what? So I've seen they grow the mycelium. It's like the like network that grows through the wood or whatever.
Yep,
right?
I see a lot of those.
So what they do is they take the mycelium and they're trying to make packaging material. So instead of foam, they take the mycelium and dry it out, and it's like packaging.
The amazing thing is, one of the things I hate on my hikes, every couple weeks I go out, I have 3 buckets and I fill them up with garbage. If you want to talk to him, I know business is business.
You're good.
I'm just talking. I'm looking. But that's the worst thing, is that packing stuff, because even when if you don't pick it up in time, when it starts to break apart, half the time you go to pick it up, it breaks apart as you're picking it up, and those are just the worst. Like, I go out on my hikes and it breaks my heart, like, on these days, especially now when it rains and it comes through, it washes and it gets all in one group, and it's just mountains of it. Like, it's disgusting.
It's funny, that's one of the things too that mushrooms are used for. Like I was saying about the mycelium, they've talked about using it to stop like erosion.
Yeah,
because they have mycelium works in the ground.
I've heard about the people using moss layers or something similar.
That too. Yeah.
So again, nature's kind of got it all worked out. We're just kind of getting ourselves in our way.
Figure out how to use it properly.
Yes. And what is your name?
Ross.
Ross. Thank you so much. I'll be around in a little bit. Hands are full and I'm just recording for the moment. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
God bless. How you doing? Happy Thursday.
So I need to go to voicemail when they don't. Exactly. And I don't know what the number is. I don't know if she's calling from.
He just set up shop just for the kids. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Have a blessed day. Stuck up on there on the way in.
Have you read Romans, Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 1?
I don't know the verse by heart.
You need to read it. what Paul says about homosexuality.
Oh, this I don't agree with, even remotely. I'm here to talk to, but one of them stuck it on there, and I wasn't going to tell them no at the moment. And it's an opportunity to talk to them about it. I spent about 10 minutes talking with the lady there after she put it on.
Okay.
And I'm not an affirm person. I believe in loving someone. You're not going to let them do something that's sinful. You'll tell them not to do it, and that's
I would just get off that.
Then I will do that, and I appreciate it, because like I said,
That looks bad.
and I'm not saying I thought it would be more of something that would invite people to be less disarmed by me initially approaching. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'll take it off. I was hoping when they see it, they'll be like, hey, I can talk to this guy at least. But like that's my biggest thing is I'm not here to affirm any sinful activities. Like I grew up in all this nonsense, and I'm not here to tell people that they're right and condone that activity. I'm kind of hoping it goes somewhat in the opposite direction, because I'm only here to being a Christian. So a lot of the things these people will tell me that are the excuses to continue the life are the ones that I used, and I want to be able to hopefully talk them. Because a lot of the things, in my opinion, I found, I don't want to say answers for everybody, but for some people it may resonate with them hearing what stopped me from going down that same lifestyle. So I'm very interested. I'm not here to promote pride either. I'm here to promote Jesus Christ. And I do appreciate that. I'm going to take it off here in a moment. But like I say, that just so you're clear, that was my intent. It's just she wanted to put it on. I said yes, and that, like I say, she talked with me for 10 or 15 minutes afterwards. I don't think she would have. If I would have said no, thank you, and that was the reason that I did it.
All right, I understand your reasoning.
Okay, I say I'll take it off, but I'm not here to accept anything that's simple. I don't know another way to say it without.
I know what you
So, then that's why I say I do appreciate that perspective. I'm a very new Christian. One of the things I say is I'm not right. I've lived 42 years being wrong, so if someone comes in and they always say in the Bible, you accept correction. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the president of that club being wrong. You want to join?
I don't know about that. I gave you a run for your money then. I say, but I appreciate that. I tell my daughters, boldness like this is important. Be able to, the willingness. You don't know how I could have reacted to you. I could angrily make a scene. Hopefully, I tell one of my daughters corrected me the other day, and I always pull them aside individually and say that's the most brave thing you can do, risk correcting somebody. Especially when you love them, because they can reject you, angry, never talk to you again. And one thing, the lesson I've learned finally after 42 years is the moment I get angry or upset, something that is negative, I stop and say, what did that person probably mean to do or mean to say? Because there's a good chance I'm misconstruing what they said, or even if they did say something that offended me, maybe they said it the wrong way or something. They were angry in the moment at someone else, and the anger came out in what they said to me. And so I always assume I'm at fault at first. And hey, if I get proved wrong, great. But generally speaking, it's me. So I love that, because, and I hope my response is well, because one of the things I'm trying to do is listen, accept correction. If that is something old me would not have done. That's one of the transformative things about it. I laugh at. I wanted to put God transformed me. It's one of the signs I wanted to do today, because if you may know because you seem like a believer and you've been in the game, but most of them, they wouldn't understand the hateful, resentful, spiteful, sinner, awful person I was. And I say I appreciate this because it just lets me feel different from that old person. So I appreciate that.
Glad I could help.
What is your name?
Gary.
Gary, it's my father's name. Do you mind if I shake your hand for a moment at least? Don't fall. Thank you so much.
You are who?
Steve, I'm sorry.
Steve.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. Like I say, I'm gonna find a moment and pull this off. And that's one of the things I'm always trying to navigate is I was the person who, I don't know another way to say it, didn't like being preached to and didn't like people leading with the gospel. So even now, a lot of ways when I try to talk to non-believers specific is what I found is a lot of my opinions and choices were Christian opinions when I just had worldly reasons for them, which are not valid compared to people left behind you. I'm sorry. And but my point is, I'll just, for abortion, I can give people several different reasons to avoid abortion that have nothing to do with biblical scripture. And, especially having 3 daughters is, and ironically, one of the wake-up calls for me is my sister, a woman, having a talk with me about how being pro-choice was incorrect. So, it's not like my opinions were all ego-driven or wanting to be right. It just made sense to me even before I read the Bible that a baby is a life. I've never heard someone come home and say, honey, husband, I'm pregnant. And he's like, oh, well, let me know if you decide to keep that clump of cells or not. And she was like, thanks, honey, that's so nice of you. It's like a joyous occasion because everyone really knows what that is. There's the legal argument where I always say, if my wife walked around the corner, I'm divorced now, sadly, so I'm saying my hypothetical wife, she has twins in her belly, and I just said, I don't want those today, and I hit my wife in my belly. Most people would say I just murdered 2 lives. And most people in the moment when they come to that realization, some of them will double down and say, well, now I don't think it's a life because I would have to admit that I was wrong. And no, you just punched your wife in the stomach. People have done that with me, and as long as I want you to hear yourself say that is my biggest thing. Because it's amazing how people resort to keeping whatever earthly sin they want to grab onto. They will make every excuse. Self-worship is what I was into. I worship everything except God. Anything and everything, I say, I am the happiest person alive now. This last year has been the best time of my life, and God is great.
I'm still struggling with wanting to want worldly things,
Yes.
buying things, having
Yes.
things. I'm trying to get rid of that, but that's a big struggle.
Yes, and part of it is it's part of the world we live in. It's not like God says don't buy things and don't have things. I was having a talk with a lady who I'll marvel at the fact that I can learn from older Christians, but sometimes they can take things away from me because she was struggling because she's financially kind of not the most well off. And we work at a food pantry together. And long story short, I was trying to explain to her, again, in my own words and oversimplifying, like, the Bible doesn't say you have to give 10% of your finances to the church or you're failing. That goes back to before money was a thing. What the whole tithe system principle is, you should be willing to give 10% of what God gives you right back to Him, because it's His anyway. Whether it's money, wheat, goats, time, effort, whether you can fix their roof when they need it, that's what God is saying to do, not give me 10% of the gold. And that's what a lot of people sadly tend to hear. And that's what I used to get mad at when I was a non-believer, that in Christian. I was like, all you guys do is money. I hear you guys, the whole Creflo dollar and the prosperity thing, like, that's to me what Christians were. Like, money, 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 I need a jet. And I mean, God needs to give me a jet is what I meant. Oops, again, so that kind of hypocrisy is, it's nice to hit. It can be both ways where like I say, Christianity feeds into itself. The new Christians can. My sister works at another food pantry, and which is beautiful in of itself, because when people talk about Christianity going down, I'm like, I'm kind of a prime example of the opposite of that. But she was saying where she had, and I don't want to slander people, but they were older Christians, and when they had a woman call and say, and I'm just going to hypothetically say the food pantry closed at like 11, and she said, my car died, I'm on the road, I'm not going to make it. And they were like, well, try to get here and let us know what happens, and we'll try to stay open a little bit for you. And they hung up, and my sister, in her head, first thought, like, we should be trying to help her get here, not help her if she gets here. And because the ladies were kind of saying, I don't want to wait more than like 5 or 10 minutes. And my sister was kind of approached them later, like, we should probably call her back and help her. And they, it's one of those things where just like sometimes you don't realize something until someone else says it. And for some reason, young people, either in naivety or in boldness, have, they're sometimes willing to say that to people, which is hard sometimes, like we say, because those people just feel like, who are you? I've been a Christian for less than a year. Who are you? I'm Steve, that's it. So they say it's a beautiful thing, how Christ changes things.
Yeah, he's changed a lot of stuff for me too. There's still a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why God invented the afterlife as well. Like I say, that's one of the biggest things. This is the first Christmas, first Mother's Day, first Easter that I've been a Christian. So it's just very different. Even things like Memorial Day is different, because even Marines that I've lost, in my brain, my mom that I lost, my grandparents, up until becoming, and not even becoming a Christian. It wasn't until, again, so I became a Christian, but Mother's Day, I'm like, I may see my mother again. you know, when she passed, I was like, she's done. That's it. Like, you know, that's the way the world works. Hope I got enough time in with her. But now for the first time, like, you know, my Marines that passed, a couple buddies of mine passed growing up. I'm like, there's a chance I could see them again, God willing. And that's just, it makes those holidays mean something different than going out and celebrating. Like, I don't know, it changed everything. So
I know what you mean.
God is great.
Nice chatting with you.
Well, thank you, Gary. I'll be saying a prayer for you. Thank you so much. Hello. I am returned.
Hello, how you been?
It's been what, a year, right?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's to the day. I don't know if Pride was the last thing, but that was the first time I was here actually. How has everything been? Good, because you're still doing business.
Yeah, no, everything's good 'cause I'm still here, absolutely.
It's awesome.
If you see anything you have questions about, feel free to ask.
I have a question actually.
Oh my God.
Probably more. So is that soap?
That is so.
Okay, I'm not wrong.
Pick them up and smell them if you like. They're all set with essential oils only, and they're all natural ingredients. If you need to know the ingredients, they're all on the side of the bar, or you can always ask me.
But my other question was, it sounds obvious when I ask it based on the name.
Okay.
But what do I do with a wax comb?
So all that over there, it's only called wax comb because it kind of the shape that I'm.
Okay, so it's not a
All
comb.
pure beeswax.
Okay.
Over there. I do.
Do you mind that I'm recording?
Oh, that's okay. I did notice. Yeah. So for the beeswax, you can do so many different things with it.
Okay, I've heard of things. The only obvious one I've heard, I thought I'd keep my candles of it, but I just was curious if people comb their hair with that. That's why I was just curious.
You can do, like I said, a lot of different things. You can use it as an ingredient to make other things. So you can make candles. You can use it in soap and things like that.
Okay.
You can use it on its own. So if you have like a wooden drawer, put it on the track of it, it'll make a slide better. Same with the door pull.
Does it have dietary uses, or is it more practical uses?
I would say more practical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm ignorant to it, so I say some of the questions I ask you would be like, really, you eat beeswax? Like, if I didn't know better, I may. Like,
I did actually have a gentleman at this market. We didn't talk at all. He came up and I had the bees at the end like I do, and he picked it up, and I'm helping another customer. He bites it real hard, like way in the back of his molars, and he got this look on his face like, like you, that's it. It tastes like wax.
Did he know it was what he was doing? Like, did he think it was like?
I have no idea. Like I said, we never talked. He
That
just
was
kind
it?
of did it, and then he he looks at it, he puts it down, and he walks away.
See, I'm that weirdo because part of me, like, I don't work. I help at a food pantry, and we hand out treats to the dogs. And someone was like, "That doesn't look like it tastes good." I was like, "It looks like it's something that used to be in the MREs we used to have in the Marines." And they're like, "Try it." I was like, "All right." So I tried it, and it was not very good, but it wasn't very bad, surprisingly, at the same time. Like,
There you go.
so I'm like, yeah, I'd probably eat some honey or some wax. I'm just curious how
And
that.
you can eat wax as far as like honeycomb, if you've ever seen a honeycomb.
Okay.
That's totally fine. But that's like a
The
really
byproduct
thick
or-
chunk of beeswax, so I wouldn't recommend just one
I still want to try it.
chunk.
I want to smell some of the soaps in a moment.
Yeah, please do. Pick them up and smell them if you
And in
like.
fact, I just think it's funny. The guy, I'm saying screen names, it just feels like a weirdo, but a guy who watches some of my videos, Ninja Kitty, last year fell in love with you.
Okay.
So I just thought I'm gonna laugh and say, you're never gonna be here. Never. Stay in California. So I thought that was kind of funny. That was one of the first comments I got. She's cute. I was like, how about my video skills? How about my conversations? I put that down for a moment, get my hands free.
For sure. No, you're good. Hello, how we doing?
It's falling.
Honey dipper.
Yeah, absolutely. Pick up with that. What do you like? I have a little tiny paper bag. I love it as I'm picking up.
Wow, that's fancy. Sorry if I'm in your way.
I got caught in like that same trend.
Thank you. Hello.
You guys selling sport?
Sorry, excuse me.
Hey, check. Check 1 2 2 2 2 2. Hey, check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey, Mason, I'll take a little bit of that. Hey, check 1 2. Oh, there it is. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hey, check just like that. Hey. Oh, check 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm gonna play the pad now for.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good.
think I'm gonna be back around in a few. It smells good.
Thank you.
Jesus loves every one of you. I just hope you all have a wonderful day. You're welcome. How are you doing today? Have a good one.
Good. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for asking. God bless. I see a little silhouette of a man. Oh. God bless. Jesus loves you. I don't need it, but God bless. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, truly. Oh, very nice. That gentleman was going to give me $20. I guess I look homeless.
One, two. Hey, 1, 2 on the piano. 1, 2, hey. 1, 2 on the piano. 1, 2, hey. Hey, 1, 2, hey. Two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, hey. Two, hey, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, hey.